webinar. We have organized this webinar for the 5GTurbo Accelerator program that is funded by the EIT Urban Mobility. This webinar is organized in order to help you all the startups that are interested in this accelerator program to understand better what is our offer and how the acceleration program will work. We will be presenting today the acceleration program and what we are offering you, and at the end of our presentation we will have a Q&A session in which you would be able to ask the members of the consortium that we are here today any questions that you might have, and we will be glad to help you out with answers. I'm gonna show you here the house rules for this webinar. You can check these rules while we wait for the last attendees to join, because they are still right now joining, some of them. So I will wait for a couple of minutes that you can read these slides and understand that this webinar is recorded and the rules. And in a couple of minutes, when everybody is in, we will start presenting. Okay, hello, welcome. For the ones that have just joined, we will start the webinar just in 1 minute. You have on the screen the house rules for the webinar. It's important for you to understand that this webinar will be recorded and that we will be presenting right now the consortium member that we are running the 5GTurbo acceleration program. We will present our offer and how the acceleration program will work. And after our presentation, you will have time for a Q&A, and we will be able to solve the questions that you might have. So we wait 1 more minute and we will start with the presentation. Okay, we will start. For the ones that just joined right now, these are the house rules for the webinar. It's important that you understand that this webinar will be recorded, and I will start with the presentation. Thank you for the ones that are here from 10 a.m. scratch for waiting these 4 minutes of courtesy that we have given to the rest of the attendees. I will start. So today we will be presenting the 5GTurbo open call that it's open right now. From the members of the consortium that we are here today for this presentation are Florent Anon from Next Move. Florent is the coordinator of the program. Myself from Carnet, and our colleague Gemma Antequera from CTAG. We will be presenting the program right now, and as I said, after we finish the presentations, it will be an open Q&A. Please feel free to ask all the questions that you might have regarding the accelerator program. We are here to answer everything and willing for you to have a clear idea of what we are offering. I will start by presenting the open call so you understand which are the next steps and how the open call will work. The call for applicants for the 5GTurbo Accelerator program opens last 1st of March, and it's open until the 10th of April. The application process, it's during this time. You will find it if you go to the web of the EIT Urban Mobility. You have the landing page for the 5G Accelerator program. There you have you can submit your application. It's through a platform that it's called Awards platform. It's easy to use. But if you have any problem in the process of application, of course, there is a help not only from the 5GTurbo Consortium, but also from the EIT Urban Mobility. They will be willing to help if there's any question regarding the forms that you need to fill in for the application to the Accelerator program. Once the call is closed in the 10th of April, we will do internally an eligibility check. I will explain later which are the eligibility conditions for this call. If there's any problem with the eligibility, we will be in contact with you. After this, we will proceed with an online evaluation. We will evaluate the submissions of all the applicants. It would be a group of external evaluators that will be doing this evaluation regarding the guidelines that we have internally at the EIT Urban Mobility and the consortium. There will be also evaluators from within the EIT Urban Mobility. And in this first phase of evaluation, we will select the 30 best applicants as per the results of the external evaluators. And once we have these 30 first applicants, we will contact you with an invitation letter. When you receive the invitation letter, that would mean that you will need to participate on the second phase, that is a live pitch, that would be on the 27th of April. So please save the date, the 27th of April. You will have 3 minutes for a live pitch in front of a jury. The jury will be formed by people from the EIT Urban Mobility and also external people. And after the live pitch, we will also, if at the end your startup is not selected, we will inform you. And the 20 best evaluated startups from the live pitch will be selected for the program, and you will receive, all of you, the selected applicants, a letter of invitation to the 5GTurbo acceleration program that we will need to formalize by the 2nd of May. That is when we will communicate the final results. And once you have received this letter and everything is formalized, the program will start on the 9th of May. As I said before, this is the eligibility criteria. I will go through them, so also afterwards, if you have any doubt, you can ask. We are here for that. But the eligibility criteria for the 5GTurbo and for the EIT Urban Mobility Accelerator programs are that you have a clear and scalable business idea, that you have duly justified TRL, and we prefer that this TRL, so the technological readiness level, it's between 4 and 7. You must have a team, not a single founder, but a team that has at least 2 FTE. FTE means full-time employee. That doesn't mean that needs to be connected with monetary compensation. So that doesn't mean that you will need to be on a payroll, but that you are fully dedicated, at least 2 people to the project. The startup must be incorporated in Europe or the associated countries. You will need, if you are selected, you will need to present a registration certificate. So this is required to participate in the program. The founders and employees of the startup should still own more than 70% of shares of the startup. And for the rest of the shares that are held outside, the founders and employees outside the company, no more than 5% of the shares can be held outside one of the eligible countries that are within Europe or the associated countries. So these are the eligibility criteria. As I said, we can, if you have any question, we can check them afterwards. Now I will give the floor to my colleague Florent, then he will explain better our program.
Yes, thank you, Christina. Good morning, everyone. Yes, the idea with this slide is to give you more information about the program itself, where it comes from, and who are the partners leading this program. This is a new acceleration program, 5GTurbo, starting this year, but we are experienced with the previous accelerator, which is Impact Connected Car, and we have successfully implemented the acceleration methodology in this previous accelerator, and we will use it again in this 5GTurbo initiative. So our goal today and this year will be to support 20 startups working on 5G technology and services for urban mobility. We have quite a broad approach to 5G, with everything related to 5G that can help and that can improve citizens' lives. It could be either on the mobility services, but also on the automotive industry, and everything that can add on to the cars. So this program, as I said, is led by a pool of 6 European partners. We have partners from Spain, from Germany, from Poland, and France. All those partners basically have the capability themselves to organize acceleration programs, but we have decided to join forces to bring together expertises. Each partner is bringing to the program a specific expertise, specific knowledge that could be that will benefit to the startups that will be accompanied by this program. So how it will be organized? As my colleague said, you will be selected, and we will select 20 startups joining the program. Then the startups will enter a 6-month acceleration program where we will provide up to 85 hours of coaching services. Could be either business, technical, funding, industrial coaching, everything that can help you develop quicker your products, develop quicker your services to reach the market and accelerate your go-to-market. So my colleague Gemma will go into more details regarding the acceleration program itself in a few minutes. But if we can go on the next slide, I just wanted to give you more information about what we are expecting really regarding 5G technologies and services. So the code is now open, and we are expecting startups working on 5G related technology and connectivity that can, for instance, be connectivity between the vehicles and the citizens. So connectivity between any kind of mobile and any kind of citizens, including road users, vulnerable road users, and so on. We are also expecting projects on traffic efficiency, for instance, traffic management, active solutions for road safety, infotainment within the cars and within the mobility devices, smart parking, ADAS, everything that brings new features to the cars, and that aid the vehicle to everything, where we can bring connectivity to further help either the driver or the citizens interacting with the mobility devices. So again, even if that was already said, the code is open until April 10. So I would really encourage you to apply to this acceleration program. This is totally free. We have the chance to be funded by the EIT Urban Mobility, which is a European community of urban mobility innovator, universities, companies, and so on. So we are supported by this this European ecosystem, and this will also help us to bring services to you and to accelerate your innovations. So good for me, and I will leave the floor to my colleague Emma to give you more information about the code itself, the acceleration program itself.
Thank you, Florent. Thank you, Christina. So if you are one of the lucky selected 20 startups starting in this amazing acceleration program, you could enjoy this program with a funnel methodology. So we will select the 20 better startups starting in 9th of May, as Florent and Christina said before. This first stage has lasts 2 months with the goal of pre-assessment and get ready your product for the second phase for getting your minimum value product. So this first stage, we are offering you coaching services up to 25 hours per startup. It is quite flexible, but more or less we have divided it on business 10 hours. So experts in the business sector of 5G will support you to get your product ready for the second phase. Technical staff for helping you to establish your roadmap for the second stage, and also you'll count on funding and investments coaches for helping you to pitch in front of investors, and also for getting more grants for developing your product and support your startup. So this first stage will start with an onboarding bootcamp hosted by Garnet, but by Christina Juarez. It will be online, and in it we will show you how the acceleration program will be established, the services that we are going to offer you, how they will be managed, how we can organize everything for offering you the best services. So we offer you to be on board in a big community that we are organizing, and also the community that was previously established, as Florent said, in Impact Connected Car. So we are more than 1,000 companies participating already in this program. So it's a big community that can offer you a lot of possibilities of networking. You could also meet your coaches in this online bootcamp, and also we'll organize some sessions for knowing the other startups, knowing corporates, knowing your technical staff, etc. So at the end of this stage, at the end of these 2 months, we will also organize a demo day in CTAG, so in Galicia. It's an on-site demo day. So with this face-to-face demo day, we can show you our facilities. We can show you some experiments on our facilities, as we are leaders in 5G technologies here in Spain, but also at the international level. You could meet here the experts and your coaches that support you during these 2 months. And also you have to pitch in front of a jury composed by the members of this 5G program. This is giving you the opportunity to pass to the second stage. It's a competitive acceleration program. I think that it is a good support for you. So this 10 startup out of the 20 will move to the second stage for a 4-month program. In this 4-month program, the goal is to develop and validate your minimum value product. So we will support you on that up to 60 hours per startup, more or less. So you have 15 business hours of coaching with experts in 5G and experts in corporates, etc. So technical support also will be offered to help you to develop this product. Funding and investment up to 8 hours. So this is to help you to pitch in front of the investors and also to get more funds. And I can say you that in other programs in which we are involved with one of the startups, more startup, but one in particular got more than 1 million in investment. So we are doing a good job with the startups, and we are opening this kind of program, are opening the doors to the investors and to get more funds for the startups. So also industrial corporates will be involved, so you could contact directly with the key person that can help you to open the big companies to your startup. You will have in these two stages one session with your coaches, but also we will organize tailor-made webinars depending on the startups participating in the acceleration program, but also in your suggestion and your needs that we will be detected by the coaches. Okay. So in this second stage, we will also have a boot camp online organized by NFF. Similar to the first one organized by Carnet for improving your contact, generating a bigger network, and meet your online your coaches also. And we also organize a final demo day. It will be hosted by Mobile World Congress. In it, we will have also a jury pitch. We will select the 4 more promising startup or for the EIT. We will recommend to the EIT to invest in them, but it is only a recommendation. We are not going. The EIT is not committed to invest on this startup. I think that it's something that we have to say, because later expectation I created, and we don't have these expectations. Okay. But you can win in this final selection tickets for attending the 4 years 4 nights in the Mobile World Congress next year, 2023. This is an international and well-known Congress devoted to the mobility, mobile, 5G also. So it is quite good, and you also have the opportunity of recording an interview for success story. So we will show your story to the EIT, but also to the world. No? I think it's a great opportunity for you to participate in this acceleration program. We are committed with the startups, and we know that we can boost your product and enjoy with you in this acceleration program. So you have any question, we are open to answer them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Gemma and Florent. I will stop sharing my screen so you can see our faces. I don't know if all the attendees can see us, but the Q&A moment is open for all of you. We are here, as I said, that the main meaning of this webinar is that we can solve your questions and that you can ask us any questions that you might have. So please feel free to ask your questions, and we are here for you. You have a Q&A. Okay, let me see. I have the first question. So I will read it. The first question, it's from, I hope that I pronounce it correct. If not, I excuse myself. I'm sorry. The first question from Simon. It's, hi, we received a small grant of 20K to develop a first version of our IoT prototype from Block Start H2020 program. Obviously, the prototype was really basic, and we still apply with the same project with the aim to go with the development and have more funding for it. I don't know who wants to answer this. Florent, yourself, yeah?
Yeah, I can try at least. This acceleration program is not providing you with funds themselves. All the acceleration coaching and services represents approximately 20K. This is approximately the number of services you can get, but we are not providing any money. So we don't have any conflict of interest with other supporting methodologies and support programs. We only ask you not to be involved in too many accelerators at the same time, because as you can see, we are asking for quite a lot of commitments from yourself. If you want to benefit from the program, you need to be involved, of course. So it's good to have a dedicated person to be there to assist to the session and to develop take benefit from the session. But that's the only requirement from our side.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Simone said that it was clear. Perfect. You're welcome, Simone. So that we are here for that. Perfect. So any more questions from the attendees? Just take the opportunity. We are here for you.
In the meantime, maybe I can give more information about the partners behind this program. I mentioned it quickly, but as you can see, most of the partners, we are clusters or startup supporting organizations. So we are experienced in helping startups and SMEs for various technological programs. We will bring on board in this program the knowledge and the skills of the teams from those companies themselves, but we also have quite a huge network of other partners, other experts gravitating around the consortium of this accelerator. So this is really the strength of the program, and we will bring on board technical skills that you will need. The idea is to organize the program also around your expectation and your needs. We don't have a fully set up, let's say, a fully defined program at this stage, because we will adapt the sessions, we will adapt them to your needs, and that's really what we want to do. That's to help you. So that's the reason why we need to adapt to what you need to do, at which stage you are in your product development, and so on. And that was perfect, because in the meantime, I think
there are more questions coming. So I go for the next one from Evie. Does the acceleration refer to startups only? How do you define startups? So I don't know who wants to answer. Well, if you want, what we can say regarding the eligibility criteria, what we mentioned is that we are aimed to products that you want to market, let's say, that are on a TRL between 4 and 7, so that there's no yet a marketed product in this regard, and that you are still developing, so we can help you. As Gemma and Florent mentioned, there's the program. It's a program where we demand that you cooperate, because we are offering you a lot of possibilities regarding technical coaching, business coaching, funding. So we are helping you to grow your product into a marketed one, so that you can have a final product on the market. So that means that if you maybe, and I don't know, maybe Florent, you can correct me here if I'm wrong. If you are a company that you have a new spin-off or a project that you want to grow, it could be also incorporated on the program. Am I right, Florent?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, perfect. I don't know if somebody else wants to add something about this question. If not, I will continue with the next one. So, question from Firecell. We provide an open 5G private platform dedicated for industry. Would that be relevant to the current program?
Yes.
Yeah,
No?
maybe that question is, I can answer it because I know the company itself.
Okay.
We asked for a strong focus on the mobility and automotive industry. That's the most important fact with this program. We are not interested in supporting you for 5G for I don't know, biomedicals and so on. But we, as I said, we have quite a broad approach to 5G for urban mobility. So everything's related to automotive mobility that can benefit either to the cars or to the citizens are okay on our side.
Okay, perfect. So I continue. If Evie or Olivier, the ones that you have asked the last questions, if there's still something missing, just write into the chat. As I said, we're here to help. So if you want, if everything is clear, perfect. If you have further questions, just ask. Then we have another question from Johnny. Do we have existing contacts in place with Urban Mobility, Italian government, and a finished series of products combining connectivity and transport? Is it worth for us applying given we are a later stage venture? And it's from the company Solapath.
You want to answer, or I can?
You can if you want. Then you can apply if you are accomplishing the KP the requirements that Christina said, no?
Yes, basically it's really up to you regarding your the benefits that you can take from the program. It's really what we want to say here. It's this program is for you. We don't have direct benefits in this program ourselves. As we said, we are not investing in you as a project partner. So why we want you to apply is to help you to further develop your product or to quicker develop your product. If you can find a benefit in the kind of acceleration program we can offer you, then yes, go on and apply. We will be really pleased to have you on board. We will have a lot of different kind of startups, some really early stage startups and some more advanced, let's say, but we will adapt the coaching sessions and the coaching methodology depending on where you are on your technological and business roadmap.
Yeah, it's also that I mentioned before, we have a number of hours per different service, but if you need more technical or more business hours, we can adapt to your company. So you are welcome if you want to apply, and we can help you.
Perfect. Next question is similar. From Olivier, we are already selling our open 5G stack, but still need a lot of R&D. Are we too mature for the criteria of the program? I think that's what Florent and Gemma said. No, because if the product can still grow, you can benefit from the acceleration program that we might offer you. And I don't know if Florent or Gemma want to add anything to this question.
Maybe at the end of the program, as you understood, we will offer the possibility for some of the startups to get funded by to get investment from the EIT Urban Mobility. We are talking about funding related to with say 100k euros for this investment phase. So for this specific part. It will be more interesting, of course, for early stage startups regarding the amount of the investment. But the whole program is open to other kind of organization, even with bigger and larger budgets.
Okay, perfect. So I go to the next question from Stefano. Thanks for the presentation. I would like to ask if you can clarify about the eligibility requirements and in particular on the definition of startup versus SME. In the Q&A, there is startup should have received less than 1 million euro revenue accumulated over startup lifetime.
Florent,
So
perhaps you can help.
Is that a question? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are talking about startups and SME startups is because we are, as I mentioned, we are talking about innovative SMEs. Let's call them this way. Startups because you are in development. If you join the acceleration program, we expect that you are in the process of developing something. Either could be developing your SME or either developing a new project as a startup project. I don't know if it's really answers the questions. We have eligibility requirement as you understood, and you have to comply with this. But regarding the wording, there's no specific wording for startups at European level. There's only a wording for SMEs, and the requirement for 1 million revenue is linked to this.
Exactly. Well, to add to this, within the EIT Urban Mobility, they have two different kind of programs. Ones are the accelerator programs. The 5GTurbo, it's one of the accelerator programs that are running this year, dedicated, as we presented before, to 5G technologies. And also within the EIT, if you think, I don't know if it's the case, Stefano, but if you think, or in your case, your startup or your SME has received more than 1 million euros revenue accumulated, then there are other programs that maybe can be of help for you. There is the SME Hub, that it's for startups that have received over, so SMEs that have received over this revenue and that you want to escalate your SME. So depending on the case, of course, these are the eligibility criteria within the accelerator programs of the EIT Urban Mobility. But if it's the case, you can check that maybe you have another opportunity in a more mature program, if it's your case.
Also, I would like to add for managing expectations that we are not going to deploy a pilot in this acceleration program. We are just going to prepare your product to deploy a pilot in a second phase that will be in another program of the EIT, not in this one. We are just going to prepare you, to help you. We are not doing research for you. We are just orienting you in which are the next step that you have to follow for getting your pilot ready, but not deploying a pilot in this program. Okay.
Okay, so I go to the next question from Simone. So Simone says, to resume, the focus is to provide mentoring and tutoring from technical up to business, to connect startups with corporations that can be interested in collaborator in product development and launch, to connect with possible investors, but there are only, and here it's a question, but are only private investors and no EU funding is included. Is this correct?
Private investors, but also the EIT investors will be connected to the startups. So we, in fact, will have probably an investor date organized by the EIT. So we will prepare you to be ready for this pitch, to pitch in front of the investors.
Exactly. The program itself, as Gemma and Florent said before, there's no like money allocated to the program, so we are not offering directly from the program. What we are offering, it's the value of the accelerator services and the coaching services. But then we will prepare you to be in front of investors, as Gemma just mentioned right now. That would be an investor session organized by the EIT, and also the possibility that if you are one of the 4 selected startups at the end of the program, that you could be invested by the EIT Urban Mobility.
Yeah, and you could also be involved in future acceleration program, in future roundtables, and be well known in this sector to have a reference for the other startups. So that is a good card presentation, presentation card. Sorry.
Okay, so I go to the next one. In this case, it's from Evis. He says, thank you for answering the first question, and has a second one. Could you please also elaborate on the funding aspects? Which type of cost do you fund?
Unfortunately, this is not monetary that we are offering to you. It's more services that we are offering you. As Florent said before, they are calculated in more than 20k euros. So we are offering to contact with the key person that can help you to boost your product and your company. So I think it has not a money in itself, but it has a value, incalculable value. No?
Okay, perfect. Then we have another question from Olivier. What does the coaching on industry comprise of?
Yeah, the wording is maybe not perfect wording. It's really linkage with the industry sector, with the industry key player. So by industry, we mean the 5G industry. So basically, we will provide possibility to connect with the key player of your sector. We will also we have the capability to help you also to align with the expectation of the industry, which means by this I mean standards, but also expectation on the type of products the industry key players are expecting.
Okay, I want to add to here that as also Juan mentioned before, from the consortium, we are several partners that have our own networks on the coaching services. There will be different coaches from some of them that are people working from key industry players on the 5G area. So these coaches will come directly from the industry and they can give you insights, of course, on a personal level of how you can develop, taking into account what is the state of the art of the industry at that moment. Okay, this question from Olivier was the last one. We still have time, so please feel free. We were on a good path, so we are open to more questions. While we wait, if there's any more questions, just to explain, because we didn't went on much on detail, but the applicants platform, I don't know if all of you already went on the platform and checked if you have any question or if you haven't seen it yet, but there will be a simple form. There's not much information required, but then you will need to attach like your deck or your pitch so we can understand better the proposal of your company and a brochure of your company. So we, when the evaluators can evaluate your proposal, we can see with your team what you're proposing and the different eligibility checks that we mentioned before. So also, if you have any question regarding this, as I said before, there will be support services. They will have a direct email address that you can contact if there's any problem with the application. It's not a complex form, so don't be afraid. It's an easy application or an easy submission. But if you need help, we will be here during the whole process. Okay, we still have some minutes left. I don't know if somebody else has any question, or if maybe Florent or Gemma want to add something else at this point. We have, okay. So they thank us for explaining. I think that you have the answers. Okay, perfect. So I see that everything is clear. As I said, we are on the other side, so it's not that we leave you alone from here. If you have more questions, there's a general email that you can contact for business creation within the EIT, and that we will answer you. So I think that we thank you very much for attending the webinar and for the questions. I'm sure that all the questions that you had help also the other participants, and I hope that we give you the answers and that we can see your submissions, and hopefully you will be among the best participants and that we can see each other from the 9th of May. Okay, so if I don't know if anybody else wants to say something. If not, we will close the webinar.
Thank you for those questions that are important to clarify all the doubts that you can have, and yeah, we are here to help, and happy to receive your application by April 10.
Yeah, also from my side, thank you very much. And just to say that it's not one acceleration program more, it's just a tailor-made program for you, for helping you. It is not closed. We haven't shown you all the program that we have because we are still elaborating, because we want to tailor it for you and for helping you to boost your product. So don't miss this opportunity, and we'll try to find the key person, because we know that sometimes acceleration startups are knowing to a lot of doors before having one open with the key person. So we are trying to accelerate you in this opening of doors. So don't hesitate to apply, and we are here for helping you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And we will close the webinar now. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.